There's so many times.
Thanks for staying with me from 9 o'clock, yes. And our very special guests for Ask the Consul today is Andrew Chira and Sarah Van Horn. I think this will be their last program. I really can't believe it. But we'll talk more about that. We have some callers on the line already. I think we have Cherie on the line. Good morning, Cherie. How are you? Where are you calling from?
Good morning. I'm calling from St. Anne.
Hey, the beautiful parish of St. Anne. Love that place.
Yes, it is.
I know. You just make sure you tell all your friends in St. Anne to stay with us with this program.
Okay, I will.
Go ahead.
Yes, good morning again.
Good morning, Sherry.
I'm calling on behalf of my husband. My husband was turned down by the Canada Embassy. They are saying he did not put on his application that he attempted to go to Canada before, which is not so. It's the first time he have tried to get a visa.
Hold on, you said Canada?
Yes, Canada, on a farm work program.
Right, but we have officials here from the U.S. Embassy.
Okay.
So you need to call us next Monday when we have Immigration Mondays.
Okay, what time?
That's between 10 and 11.
Okay.
Sorry about that. So you make sure you just continue to listen to the program and call us on Monday, you see?
Okay, Monday between 10.
Right, 10 and 11. Okay.
Sorry we couldn't help, Cherie.
Okay, that's okay.
But if you plan to go to the States, then you can call us again in the future, no problem.
Okay.
All right, let's go to our next caller. Marcia, how you doing? Thanks for calling.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, where you calling from?
I'm calling from Mobay.
Hey, Montego Bay. Good morning, Montego Bay. And how's the lovely beach down here, Doctor's Cave? What's your name again? Doctor's Cave Beach?
No, I didn't go.
You don't go there yet? A lovely beach, man, and you talk your talk.
I didn't get the time to go.
Okay.
But I can ask a question?
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely.
That's why we're here.
Yeah, my husband has a baby with a U.S. citizen. And we want to know how the baby can get a passport, a U.S. passport to come to Jamaica.
Okay.
But my husband has not signed any papers.
Okay, so I'm happy to answer that for you, Marcia. Your husband's child is living in the U.S.? Your husband's child is living in the U.S. right now? Okay.
The mother is a U.S. citizen.
A U.S. citizen. She gave birth in the U.S. All right. Well, in order, she'll have to apply for a U.S. passport on the baby's behalf, and the both parents will have to give consent in order for the child to get the passport.
Both parents have to sign.
Yeah, both parents sign. He can if you go on the website for U.S. No, not U.S.
If the best place that you can probably go right now is travel.state.gov, and that actually, from that website, there will be links about how to apply for a U.S. passport.
One next question. Suppose my husband does not sign that passport form.
In that case, I would go. So the passport services are handled by kind of a different department than the consular.
I didn't hear that.
Passport services, especially in the States, are handled by a different department than us, what we do here at the embassy. So once you go to the website travel.state.gov, all the information on how to apply for a U.S. passport for a U.S. citizen in America will be on there. And I would look at that because that will give you the most definitive information that you need in order to apply.
So
okay?
She can still get the passport without my husband.
She'll have to look through all the requirements, and that will be able to tell you. But the best place to look right now is travel.state.gov.
Yes.
All right. Thanks for calling. You have a wonderful day. Now let's hear from Tony K. Good morning, Tony K. How are you?
Good morning, Mr. Darby.
And I'm sure you're a member of the family.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good to have you.
Tony K.
Okay, my question is, my mother, when she got her temporary 2-year green card, she filed for me in October 2013. She applied for the 10-year green card in May of this year, but got a 1-year extension instead. I am in the process of filling out the DS-260 form. So should I continue with the form or wait for her to get the 10-year green card?
Thanks for your question, Tony K. You can continue. Your mom is already a resident.
Okay.
So you can. She was perfectly within. The U.S. immigration regulations to file for you right away. You don't have to wait until she gets the permanent card. She filed for you right away, and you can go ahead and fill out the DS-260 form, okay?
Okay. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Good
Thank
luck.
you for calling.
Yes. Oh, Mr. Darby, thanks for the birthday message.
So I know the speaking to a member of the family. I was trying to figure
Yesterday your birthday?
Yesterday was
happy birthday.
Happy belated birthday.
Did you do anything fun on your birthday?
Yes, I went out with my friends.
You did not invite me, sir? So,
next time, Mr. Darby, next time.
All right, you have a good day. Say hi to mommy and daddy.
Okay, I will. You have a good day as
Thank you very much.
Okay,
and
bye.
that's what we have now. Rad. Good morning, Rad. Where you calling from now? My brother, Rad. Where you calling
I'm in Malvern.
Oh, Malvern. That's in St. Elizabeth.
Yes.
Oh, the whole country is calling today. Great to have you, man.
Yes, I just want to find out if somebody going to study in the United States and not sure when they're coming back, if they can buy a one entry like or one way what do you call it now, ticket.
So I just want to clarify. So they are in Jamaica right now, and they're going to study in the U.S.?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And they already have applied for their student visa and
everything is in place.
So that's totally normal. I mean, people are going to school. They're not exactly sure when they're going to be coming back. If they want to buy a one-way ticket to go to start their studies, that's perfectly within their bounds. So there's no issue there.
Rad, I would also suggest that your friend look at what the prices are, because I've often found that buying a two-way ticket is cheaper than buying a one-way ticket. So it might make more sense for him to buy a two-way, even if he doesn't use the return ticket right away.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, you take that advice seriously, because you check it out, because at least give you option to return.
Yes.
So you make sure you check that out. All right, let's now go to Steve. Good morning, Steve. How are you doing?
I really, hold on, morning.
Good morning,
Steve.
I think that's the same answer, that's the same question I had.
Which same question? Hello, you better start from scratch. You have lost us,
My daughter got through with her student visa, and I wanted to...
Hold on, there's a lot of noise in the background. Can you move away from the noise? A little better, right? Go ahead.
Yeah, my daughter got through with her student visa, and I was wondering if I can buy a one-way ticket. So I think you answered.
So one thing that I would like to point out is that when she goes up on her student visa the first time, she'll want to make sure that she has all her documents with her. So that includes the I-20, and then also, she'll want to let the officer know when she gets to the border that she is coming in as a student, because that's a important thing to distinguish, that she's coming in on a student visa, which puts her in a different status as someone who would be coming in on a visitor visa. So if she has a visitor visa already, the officer might assume that she's coming in as a tourist, so she'll want to make sure to say that she's coming in as a student.
Okay? But you definitely need to have a discussion with your travel agent.
And Steve,
first online, it's okay.
I was telling you that it is best to have advice, discussion with your travel agent. All right.
Okay. All right. Thanks much.
All right, and we've had a couple callers today who have been asking about students, and just wanted to remind people or say hello to all of our students who are at the pre-departure workshop today, and wishing them all the best of luck in the U.S. So, if your daughter's at that workshop, great, and if not, all of the information about what students would need in order to bring to the U.S. is on our website. So, good luck to all the students starting in the next academic year.
So that's the only session you're going to have with them?
We have regular sessions for people who are going out to study in the U.S., usually related to the academic year.
Yes.
So we got about 50 students?
I think 50 students coming today, and I think we have events all the time at the embassy, and the best thing that you can do, if you're interested in studying the U.S., we love when students want to go study in the U.S. Right. I mean, it's great for the U.S., it's great for Jamaica, and so we constantly are having events and having information sessions from different universities and things like that. And if you want to find out more about that, the best thing you can do is follow us on Facebook, and we are at facebook.com/US Embassy Embassy Jamaica. And you can also follow us on Twitter. You can tweet at us at US Embassy JA, and we post events on there all the time.
It's Ask the Consul, and my very special guests are Andrew Chira and Sarah Van Horn. Their final program, I must say. We have a caller on the line. Yes. Good morning, Greg. How are you? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, morning. I'm in Kingston.
Ah, somebody from Kingston at last. Good to have you.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead.
Yeah, man. I'd like to talk to the consul.
Go ahead.
Yes, consul, yeah.
Hi, Greg.
How are you doing, Greg?
All right, not bad. All right, my wife is in the States, and she filed for me from 2014.
Mm-hmm.
However, they sent back to say that the case was approved.
Mm-hmm.
So I was kind of wondering how long after I have to wait, for everything to...
Is your wife a U.S. citizen, or is she a green card holder?
Just green card, just now.
Okay. So currently, we're currently processing green card or visa petitions for spouses of green card holders that were filed November 8th, 2013. So your petition is not current at this moment, but as soon as it becomes current, I don't know exactly when it will become current, but if she filed in 2014 and we're currently processing cases that were filed November 2013, it sounds like it won't be too much longer. So just keep a lookout at the mailbox, and have your wife in the U.S. also keep track of that, and then as soon as the petition becomes current, you'll be notified and given the steps about how to continue with your visa process and come in for the interview. Also important...
Okay. But she called and they said they don't have no visa yet, so as soon as they have one, then they will...
Right, yeah, that's because the petition isn't current, but when it becomes current, and I don't know when that will be, but it'll probably be soon if we're already processing cases that were filed in November 2013, then you guys will be informed, and then you can come into the embassy for your interview. Also important to remember, if your wife becomes a U.S. citizen in the meantime, that would change your visa classification. So if your wife does become a U.S., if she naturalizes, if she becomes a U.S. citizen, make sure that she contacts USCIS and or the embassy, depending on what stage the petition is in the process, so we can make that adjustment to your petition. Okay?
Okay. So suppose I want to go visit her. You think it is, if I come to the embassy, because I went there already, wanted to go visit her, but they turned me down. So I was kind of wondering if I can just go back just to visit and come back.
So, I mean, you're welcome to apply anytime. That's the only way to obtain a U.S. visa is to apply, and you can apply the same way you did before by going to www.usvisa-info.com. And, you'll get an opportunity to talk to a consular officer like you did before, explain why you want to visit, what your current situation is here, and you'll be given every consideration possible on what your situation is, whether or not you do qualify for the visa or not.
Okay, so let's go to www and then do all of the things.
Yep, and that website is usvisa-info.com. Okay?
All right.
Good luck, Greg.
Okay, thank you very much for calling. Okay, let's go to another caller. Georgia, how are you?
I'm okay, thank you.
And I'm sure you're calling from Manchester this time.
Yes, I am. Yes.
I just tested my skills on you.
That's impressive.
You're a man reader.
I do that sometimes. Yes.
Well, how can we help you, Georgia?
Yes, I have a question. My mother is in the States for many years. I know she's sick. She have she have cancer. They diagnosed her with cancer. So I'm just calling to find out if she could get a letter from her doctor or social worker for me to come and assist her sometime. Is that possible?
Well, I'm really sorry to hear that your mom is sick right now. She can get a letter, but honestly, it's when you come in for a visa interview, we're more concerned about your situation in Jamaica. So the reason for your visit to the U.S., whether it's to visit your mom or whether it's to visit family or whether you're just taking vacation, it's important, but we're more concerned about how what would bring you back to Jamaica and your ties here. So she can get a letter, but honestly, what's more important for the visa interview is your situation here in Jamaica.
Okay, I understand.
All right. Okay.
All right, thank you. God bless.
Yeah, and
all right, you have
I wish
a
your mom
wonderful
all the
day.
best. Yeah.
And thanks for calling. Okay, let's now go to Janet. Good morning, Janet. Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Mr. Darby.
Good to have you.
Mr. Darby, I'm having a little challenge here. My daughter filed for sending some papers for me, and I went to see Miss Oprah.
No, hold on. We can't do that on air. You see, we have now the U.S. officials here. If you want to speak with them, you can. But if you're having a challenge, you need to call Miss Lee's office. All right?
Okay. All right, then. Okay.
Okay. All the best, then. Let's go now to Karen. Good morning, Karen. How are you?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Good to have you.
Karen.
Yes, good morning, Consul. I want to find out, my mother was filed for by her son, which she got a letter to say that it was approved. I just want to know how long after that, because she hasn't get any call from the embassy or anything, how long that would take. What is the next step that we should take?
Well, after the petition has been approved in the U.S., then it goes to a second place in the U.S. where they review whether or not all the documents are okay, and if there's documents missing, the National Visa Center would reach out to the petitioner, so her son, to say, hey, we still need this document or this document before it can be sent to the embassy. So it's possible that the petition has been approved and it's currently being reviewed at the National Visa Center, and then after it's reviewed at the National Visa Center, they send us the file, and they send your son and your mother and I guess your brother, the petitioner, the information about how to schedule an appointment at the embassy, fill out the application, and the documents that she would need to bring in to the immigrant visa interview. So I would make sure that your brothers, or tell your brother to make sure that his contact information is up to date with USCIS, because if he's moved recently or he didn't put in the correct information. Okay.
No,
right. So it's probably just being processed at NVC. You can actually see what the estimated wait times is for the wait times are for the different visa categories, processing times. If you go to USCIS's website, you can see how long USCIS is taking to process things. You can see whether or not it's still at USCIS, or if it's already been sent to NVC, or which is the National Visa Center, or if the National Visa Center has already sent it on to the embassy. So if you go to it's uscis.gov.
Yes.
That's GOV, and then he can put in the receipt number that he got, and he can see what the status of it is, and there's also a customer service number there, and he can call and double check to make sure that they don't need anything in the U.S. before it gets sent to us here. Okay?
Okay, then, thanks.
All right. Yes,
Thank you very much for calling. Let's now go to Jamelia. How are you doing, Jamelia? Where are you calling from?
Right now I'm calling from the British Virgin Islands.
It's good to have you all the way there from the British Virgin Islands.
Okay, but I have a question. 10 years ago, I obtained a fraudulent visa, went to Miami, they sent me back home, and the next flight. Is it possible for me to obtain a visa anytime?
Okay, so you were turned around at the border 10 years ago when you tried to go into the U.S.?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
So these things come up every now and then. So in a case like this, under U.S. immigration law, if you have been found to use a visa fraudulently in the past, we will have to refuse you automatically every time that you come in. And that's something that we want people to know, because they should be aware of that before they make the decision to apply. With that being said, there are situations where if there are like humanitarian reasons why you need to travel to the U.S. and things like that, there are other avenues under which you can apply, and there's more information about that on the DHS website, and you can go to there for www.dahs.gov, and you can find out a little bit more. But in a situation like that, I will need to tell you that, given that you are found to have used a visa fraudulently in the past, if you do come in, you'll have to be automatically refused because of U.S. law.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Thanks for your call, Jamelia.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. And yes, we haven't been able to talk about your big celebrations, which is July 4th. Where were you guys? What did you do?
Yeah, well, July 4th is the Independence Day of the United States, and we celebrated it this last year, July 2nd, at the Ambassador Residence. So it was wonderful to celebrate our Independence Day with some of 500 of our closest Jamaican friends, and it was Ambassador Moreno's first Independence Day, 4th of July celebration in Jamaica. So it was a really wonderful event, and big up to everyone who helped organize it and to help celebrate it. And I think it was a fantastic event, and everyone really enjoyed it.
Right. We have Brenton on the line. Good morning, Brenton. Where are you calling from?
Malibu.
Hey,
good morning, Mr. Darby.
How are you doing?
Good morning. Not too bad, sir. Good morning to your consuls.
Morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Tell me something. All right. What happened is that I'm not working for a while now because of spinal cord injury. So that means I'm not working, so I didn't put up a whole ties. Tell me, how do I prove to them like I don't have a whole ties? How do I prove to the consul that I need a visa to visit and to come back?
I mean, so the only way to get a visa is to apply for one, and at that point, you'll be the consular officer, and you will basically have a conversation. And that conversation, we use that conversation to basically determine whether or not that we believe you're a qualified traveler. And that'll be your opportunity to kind of discuss your situation. You'll be able to bring up, your medical conditions and things like that, what your plan of travel is, and things like that. But we can't do that over the air, obviously. So the best thing that you can do is, you put the application in. When you come in, you'll want to have all the information with you ready to kind of explain how you're traveling, why you want to go there, what your situation here in Jamaica is right now, things like that. Those are the things that we consider when we do an adjudication.
Okay, so me not having the ties is not really.
So everything, I mean, I can't do it over the air. You'll have to come in to actually apply, and then you'll get a chance to fully explain your situation here in Jamaica and why you want to travel and what your plan is when you come back.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. I can't believe it. I probably will never see you two again. I can't believe it.
Don't say that.
Yeah,
I hope something happens that I get to see you guys again. And Andrew, you'll be... But you more than like you won't come back to Jamaica, because if you do duty in one country, will they return you to that country in the
Sometimes we actually, our boss, one of our bosses, this is her second tour in Jamaica. I think she did her first tour
in the 90s or something, and she was
here
for Peace Corps.
Yes,
I know. Yes, she was here for the Peace Corps. Yes,
so it does happen, and so. Who knows?
But if not as a consular officer, then probably as a tourist.
Yes.
There's still some things left in Jamaica that I haven't seen.
Tell me.
Well, I've made it around to, I think, almost all parishes, but I still haven't done the Blue Mountain hike. I know Andrew has done that, right?
Don't put that off for too long, because you have to be fit to climb the Blue Mountain.
What are you saying, Vernon?
Very fit. So, make sure you don't wait too long at all.
All right. So, yeah, I definitely want to do that. And I never made it to Appleton. I'd like to go to Appleton.
Why do you want to go to Appleton, though?
I want to see how the rum is made. It's an important
product. Just want to see it.
I'm a big fan of Appleton, right? Oh. I want to do a pilgrimage.
I thought it had something to do with a spirit, or getting high on the spirit, or something like that.
Something like that.
Yes.
Something like that.
That's a separate conversation.
All right. So we're having fun here, but I just want to remind our listeners that it's a feature Ask the Consul, and we have consular officers in the studio with us, Andrew Cheer and Sarah Van Horn. So if you have questions to ask, remember, don't bother to ask your neighbor. Your neighbor don't know this. Come on, you call us and ask us the questions because your neighbor might mislead you. Yes, Andrew.
One thing I wanted to also, I've mentioned this a few times today already, but it's really, if you have a lot of questions, particularly if they're related to applying for a visa and things like that, all of the best info is on our website and on the application sites, which is www.usvisa-info.com. So you can email us and things like that, but I would say 95% of the questions that people have can be answered through our website.
Right. We have another caller. Maurice, how you doing? Thanks. Thanks. Appreciate the call.
Yeah, I just want to speak to the immigration person there.
No, you mean no, not immigration persons at all.
No.
They are consular officers from the U.S. Embassy here in Kingston, Jamaica.
The reason why I called still is because I was sent a person illegally, and I took 5 years, and I was deported down here. And while I was down here, the Supreme Court of the United States, which is the highest court, overturned my conviction, and I'm still down here past 11 years now, So I want to know who can I speak to, because it seems like nothing has been done, and yet still I'm supposed to even get compensation from the New York State Court for doing an illegal conviction, And I'm down here. I don't know who to contact to get back my green card, because I've been there since I was 21 and I'm 52 years now. So I don't know who to contact.
Well, Maurice, thank you for your call. That sounds like a very complicated and unusual situation. In complex situations like this, I would recommend that you send us an email. Kingston.
What's your email, my daughter? Because while I'm down here, I even got a 11-year-old daughter. The match
All right.
of my life.
Well, let me give you the email, okay?
House up there.
Hello. She's going to give you. I don't go into the details. She's going to give you an email address which you can send your information to.
And that's Kingston IV.
Kingston, hold on, my daughter. Okay. Come here, Jansen. Let's write. Right, she will give you.
Okay.
So,
good morning.
Maurice?
Good morning. No, we won't be able to hold it any longer.
Okay. Well,
I'd call on hold for me.
Yeah, and so I'd also just say this, in the situations like that where the court system in the U.S. isn't involved, neither Sarah or ourselves are lawyers, and so in a situation like that, that sounds like an immigration law issue. So the best path moving forward might be to look to get an immigration attorney to look into their case for them.
Right.
I would recommend that definitely.
They come on this program too, so they can call back on Monday.
That would be great. Call back on Monday. Send us an email in case you listen to this later. It's kingstonIV@state.gov. There are visa categories for returning residents that may or may not apply in this case, but a lawyer would be able to give you better information. And usually people don't need immigration lawyers, but given the complexity of your particular case, it sounds like it might be a useful resource for you.
All right. I understand that the call is on the line. Got all that information?
I'm trying to get the website, but my daughter didn't hear it.
It's usvisa-info.com. usvisa-info.com. And that will have all the information on how to go through the application process. But as my colleague was...
No, not for that. You said it was going to give me a number where I can contact.
The email address is Kingston IV, I as in immigrant, V as in visa.
IVI.
No, hold on. Let me tell you what you do. Don't say anything. Just listen very carefully. All right?
No, I'm giving my daughter the right.
It's not working. So either she's going to come on the line and let her just listen.
Let me put her on the line.
I thought you'd put her on the line before.
But she said she'll never get it. Hold on.
Okay. Is she on the line? No, because if she's not, we have to.
Yes, I'm on the line.
Hi, miss.
Yes.
All right.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right. I think that the email address that your dad is looking for is Kingston IV at state.gov. All right? And that's it, okay?
Good luck.
Good luck.
All the best. You take care then, you see? All right, let's go to our next caller. Peter, how are you? Where are you calling from?
Good morning. I'm calling from Lime Tree Grove.
Hi, Peter. Lime Tree Grove, where's that?
St. Catherine.
Ah, good to have you.
Yes. Good morning to the U.S. representative.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes. I checked with the website, Priority Day, the visa bulletin, and for the F3 category, the August bulletin states that they would be processing applicants with priority date up to the 8th of August 2004. Now, if my priority date is August 2004, am I correct in saying that I would have another 5 to 6 months wait to hear from the embassy interview?
Well, again, all I know is what date we're currently processing now. How quickly we move on to the next group of people kind of depends on how many people applied at any given time. But it sounds like you're almost there. It depends on what day. You might already be current. If the August bulletin says, I have the July bulletin in front of me, but if the August bulletin says that we're up to August 2004.
April.
Oh, April 2004. And when did you file, or when's your priority date?
August 2004.
All right. So, yeah, it sounds like you are almost there. It could be a few more months. I don't know exactly how much because we only know what's currently current and what's going to be current next month. We don't have, we can't say. But, it'll be very soon.
Roughly, it'll probably be in the next 4 to 5 months. And you will get a notification when it is current.
Yeah.
So you can expect to get something probably relatively soon.
Yeah, that's a reasonable expectation.
Okay, all right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
All right, thank you very much for calling. All right, let's check to see if we have another caller on the line. Do we have another caller? Let me check this line. No. Well, lines are free. I think I know why, because we're coming up to the break right now. All right, so I can't. We have another caller on the line. Marilyn. Good morning, Marlene. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Who is this?
Who is this?
Daddy?
This is me, this.
Who?
This is me, this.
Yes, Vernon Darby.
Who's calling me to give me trouble? Where are you calling from?
No, I'm not calling to give trouble. I remember the conference call we had with Dulce last week. I said, I remember when Darby used to say, simple things amuse a simple minds.
I hope you're going to ask something because they have the consular.
Yes, listen, the question is, my mom has a U.S. visa and she's coming to see me in Canada in Sault Ste. Marie, but because my brother and his family are in the U.S. Army and they're traveling, being relocated to the Peace Bridge, and she got. My sister-in-law got her discharge relocation paper too late, so she went to the travel agency to get a date, and they said it's going to be a month. So it won't be in time because she's slated to leave the country the 3rd of August. My question is, can she take a chance and come through the immigration, the U.S. border, and they'll give her a little pass?
So your mom is currently
Canada, yes.
Your mom is currently in Canada. Is that correct?
No, she's in Jamaica.
She's in Jamaica,
now,
and she already has
a 10-year multiple visa. She has a visa already.
She has a visa already. Okay, so she wants to travel up in August.
She's coming to the state, but she want to come to Canada through the border.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, so she'll want to make sure that when she goes from Canada into the United States, that she has her passport on her that includes the current and valid U.S. visa, and it's going to be like the same as getting into the airport and going through customs there, except you'll be in a car.
So can she take my letter with her?
I just want to ask a clarifying question. You're asking about how she can go to Canada, and she doesn't have a Canadian visa, but she just has a U.S. visa?
She just need a pass, yes.
So she should reach out to the Canadian High Commission. I'm not qualified to give any advice on Canadian entry requirements.
Yeah, so, I mean, if she wants to travel to Canada, she'll need a Canadian visa, and, I mean, we don't represent the Canadian High Commission, but most likely she'll have to apply for a visa there as well.
It's possible that they might have an emergency appointment system where they can expedite getting her appointment. I really don't know, though. I don't work at that High Commission. So as far as going to Canada, she would need a Canadian visa, and she should reach out to the Canadian High Commission about getting that. Okay.
All right.
And Dulce, right?
This is Marlene Henry.
Marlene, okay, I thought you, right?
I sent you I sent you something on Facebook.
Yes.
I didn't connect last night. I was busy with another meeting.
Okay, but you said I told you something many years ago. Simple things amuse simple minds.
Simple things amuse simple minds.
How long ago did I tell you that, by the way? No, you might expose my
age. I'm 51. 51 minus 51. 51 minus 13 or 14.
That's a lot.
I never forget it.
I remember it. Well, guess what? You have reminded me of this, and I'm going to add it to my list.
Yes, and I use it when I'm talking to the youth when they're goofing around, and I said, listen, I remember my professor saying simple things amuse the simple mind, and that shut them up quickly. Start thinking positively. I told our prayers last week.
Thank you very much, and do keep in touch.
Keep it up.
All the best. You have a wonderful day. All right,
thank you.
All the best.
Bye.
We're going to go for the break right now. You're listening to At Your Service here on Nationwide 90 FM. A revolution in media. It's Ask the Consul, and my special guests are Anja Chira and Sarah Van Horn. Vernon Darby saying to you, so come back, don't move.
Every dollar counts. The Student Loan Bureau encourages beneficiaries to make consistent monthly payments on their accounts, even if the amount is below the stipulated sum. Repay your student loan today. Call us at 936-4479 or 936-4416 to make payment arrangements. The Student Loan Bureau, financing higher education.
If it's news, it's got to be Nationwide 90 FM. The news at 5. Up to the minute local and international news, where no topic is off limits. The news at 5. Weekday afternoons during Nationwide at 5 on Nationwide 90 FM, a revolution in media. The news at 5 is brought to you by KFC. So good. And
Gleasing Industrial Supplies Limited, your industrial automation and control solutions.
I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh, babe, I hate to go.
I love that song. I hate to go. Can you imagine? You're listening to At Your Service here on Nationwide 90 FM, a revolution in media. Anja Chira and Sarah Van Horn, consular officers at the U.S. Embassy. This will be their last, this is their last program. We have a caller. I think we lost that caller. Well, we just have another 2 minutes or so. Chira, final word.
Yeah, what are you going to miss?
What? I'll miss jerk pork.
Me too.
I'll miss ting. Although I heard that you can find ting in the U.S. now.
Yes.
I'll miss ting.
What else?
I'll miss ginger beer.
I'm going to miss the weather. So I'm originally from Boston, and we actually had one of the worst winters ever in history. Yes. So I would talk to my parents on Skype and things like that, and they'd show me outside their window the snow up 3 or 4 feet up in the, and I'd look outside and it'd be blue skies.
So you sing the song like us. I am dreaming of a white
sand.
White sand, exactly.
Maybe. But, I'll definitely miss all the friends that I made, both inside the embassy and out. That'll be the hardest to leave. The local staff that work at the embassy, my American colleagues, friends that I've met who aren't associated with the embassy. It'll be sad to leave, but great to come back for visits. So, yeah.
And I'm disappointed. Nobody's going to miss this show. I don't believe it.
Of course.
Obviously.
But we can listen online, right?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely you can. And you can always text me and keep in touch. As a matter of fact, I'd love to keep in touch with you guys when you go into another country.
Yeah, I'd love to.
And to find out what's happening to you. Thank you very much, Anja Chira and Sarah Van Horn. It was just beautiful to have met you folks.
Thank you very much.
And I do hope something happens and we meet again.
Thank you. Me too.
Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you. Me too.
Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you. Me too.
Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you. Me too.
Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you. Me too.
Thank